What up, guys? Knowledge is self-determination. Bro, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. I've been up since probably like 3:30. Just laying in the bed and shit. So I got up, went and grabbed a cup of coffee and shit. And and I was actually watching the 5150 show, the Corey Holcomb show, and it reminded me of a conversation that I recently had with one of my coworkers. One of my white coworkers. Now again, I don't believe that all white people are bad, but I damn sure don't think that they're all good. I think the more of them are fucked up in the game than they are not. You know what I'm saying? And that's just real talk, just based on my own personal experiences. These are my opinions. This is my opinion. This is what I've seen in my life. Your opinions and your experiences may be different. You know what I'm saying? But this is my subjective viewpoint because this is the life that I've lived. I know that all white people aren't bad. Nothing is all bad. Even the worst psychopath on the planet has good intentions towards something. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm rambling at this point. So we as usual, you know, me and this gentleman, I'm not gonna put his name out there. We talk about race things. You know what I'm saying? Because he's white, and even though he is very seemingly objective and open minded individual, the dude used to be a fucking Mormon. He's from Utah. You know what I'm saying? And he left the Mormon community, and like he tells me, and I have no reason to doubt him, but he says that one of the reasons why he left Mormonism was because was when he found out that they didn't admit black parishioners until after the 1970s. He said that kind of, you know, put a bad taste in his mouth, so to speak. And it kind of started his transition out of the Mormon faith. So coming from Utah, a very, very predominantly Caucasian place, his experience, I guess, would be akin to, you know, say mine's. Like, I've been victimized by mostly nothing but black people all my life. Robbed, shot at, all kinds of shit. And the opposite can be said for Scott. He's been victimized in his life by mainly white people every time he's been picked. Because he has a disability. He has a physical disability. You know what I'm saying? But real sharp dude, about to get his PhD and everything. Just finished his dissertation. He's been pickpocketed and victimized by mainly white people. You know what I'm saying? So he's not biased towards crime the way a lot of white people are. They can be victimized by white people and still claim that black people are worse. You know what I'm saying? So we got onto the issue of Bill Cosby, right? And I don't remember exactly how we got to that, but we got to it. And he was saying, you know, if Bill Cosby did these things, you know, he should be locked up and this, that, and the third, and blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, real talk. I'm like, if Bill Cosby did this, let's be honest now, because it hasn't been proven that he's done anything. A lot of those women have been proven to be liars, and then another portion of the women were shown to have been involved with Bill Cosby under their own volition. They kept coming back to see him. Like, how can you rape somebody that continues to come see you, right? Well, they didn't expect to be drugged, is what he said. They didn't expect to be drugged. Bro, it was the 70s. Yeah, I think they did expect to get high. I think they did expect it. They didn't think they were raped 40 years ago. They're just now coming to this realization en masse all at once 40 years after the fact. Come on, man. That doesn't make any fucking sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving Bill Cosby the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, and I'm like, listen, you know, he made this point, you know, but if he did this, and I'm like, you're right. If he is guilty, if he did do it, yeah, you know, there should be some type of penalty, yes. But the man is 80. What good would it do to send him to prison? What good would it do him to go to prison? He's 80 and he's legally fucking blind. What could anybody possibly get out of sending an 80-year-old man to prison for a 40-year-old crime that the statute of limitations is already passed up on? Who does that benefit? But I told my coworker, I was like, look, until he's proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, because I live in a country where my people do not get the benefit of the doubt. We don't get that. I'm not going to turn my back on Bill Cosby. I was like, listen, the judicial system treats us unfairly. We don't get fair treatment or equal treatment to white people. So he was talking about a case that that the teacher that he works with was just on. She was just on the jury, and where it was a white dude that did something and just got prosecuted, all white jury, blah 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 blah. And I was like, okay, I'm not saying that. And what I said was, I'm not saying that the legal system doesn't deliver justice to white people ever. But what I'm saying is, we are more likely to be punished by the judicial system, the legal system, than white people. It's in the books, the 18-to-1 racial disparity, which was 100-to-1 just prior Obama's term as 2 terms as president. I think it was his second term where he dropped it down to 18-to-1. I'm like, that is written in the books. That's a real thing that we're going to, you know what I'm saying? For every 1 year that a white man gets as a punishment for a crime, we're going to get 18 years for the same crime. You understand what I'm saying? Or every 1 month, we get 18 months. That is a fact that exists. So you can't tell me that we get treated evenly, and you can acknowledge the fact that that exists. Look at Bill Cosby case, 40-year-old rape case, statute of limitations has already exceeded. Bill O'Reilly, in contemporary time, has had accusations of sexual misconduct, sexual assault, or whatever, and or sexual assault, I should say, sexual misconduct and or sexual assault, right? And it's happened in the past. There's also allegations of him beating his wife. Why the fuck is Bill O'Reilly not being persecuted? He was allowed to fucking resign from his job at Fox and quietly fade into the fucking sunset. The 2 Fox execs that got hemmed up immediately after him for the same shit, they got to quietly ride off into the sunset. We don't hear about these dudes, but we hear about Bill Cosby. What about the old bitch that got Emmett Till killed? She's in her 80s. She's still fucking alive. There is no statute of limitations on murder. This bitch perjured herself. She'd harbored fugitives. She was an accessory to the fact. She was an accessory after the fact. You feel me? And she's not being persecuted. There is no statute of limitations on fucking murder. But you can okay the persecution of Bill Cosby for a 40-year-old rape case, and the statute of limitations has already expired. And you can tell me with a straight face that the judicial system in this country treats us fairly and equally? Get the fuck out of here. When I made the point about, I cannot remember this old white bitch name. Fuck her. She's forever known as the bitch that got Emmett Till killed, right? So when I held Bill Cosby case in contrast with hers, because her case is older than Bill Cosby, and again, there is no statute of limitations on murder in the United States of America, right? When I held those 2 things in contrast, he had no choice but to concede, because, and what he said was, he was like, you know what? He was like, I appreciate the fact that you're so honest and upfront, you know, and have the courage to actually say these things. He like, because a lot of people don't have the courage to be as blunt as you are and to call out white supremacy and say the things that you say. You know, a lot of people don't have the courage to do that. He like, I appreciate that because you help open my eyes and see these things from a different light, a different perspective. Like, I never thought about it like that. And I was like, listen, I'm like, dude, I'm like, that's what I'm here for. I'm going to always be that person. Look, you can't piss on my head and tell me it's raining. I'm always going to be the person. If I know the truth, I'm going to say that shit. And I'm going to say that shit loud and direct. That's what the fuck it takes. You know what I'm saying? And talking to Scott, it proves this one thing, though, that although all white people aren't bad, they still have the perception of a white person. There is bias there. You know what I'm saying? There is bias. There is bias towards black. Even though Scott is a dude who has had black girlfriends or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Completely comfortable with black people, so on and so forth, you know, and I can actually bring up white supremacy to him. And you can tell when a white person gets uncomfortable when you bring that up. You know what I'm saying? But he's different. You know what I'm saying? He's different. And there are a very small percentage of them that are. I say he's probably one of the only white people up there that are as open as he is. Real talk. The whole school full of them. But look, I feel as though it's my duty, my job to present the truth to people. You know what I'm saying? And no matter how uncomfortable it is, I support Bill Cosby because he's black. If it's found that he's innocent, then he got to pay the price, pay the consequences. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't defend that, but I can support him. I'm not going to tell you that what he did was right, but at the same time, how much did people set up a GoFundMe account for Dylan Roof after he killed those 9 black people in that fucking church? He raised over $2 million in just a matter of days. If white people can support fucking Dylan Roof, I can support Wow, I almost said the wrong motherfucking Bill. I can support Bill Cosby. Tell me where the fuck I'm wrong. If you white motherfucking racist, white supremacist pieces of shit can support Dylan Roof, I can support Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby is allegedly guilty of these crimes. He hasn't been proven guilty by shit. Dylan Roof was guilty the instant he was locked up and found out he was guilty because he did the shit and people still supported this motherfucker. So if you can support Dylan Roof, I can support fucking Bill Cosby. If the feminist movement can't fucking claw the eyes out of Bill O'Reilly and those 2 white fucking Fox execs, you know what I'm saying? Why the fuck are they on Bill Cosby's nuts? This is what the fuck I mean. Even when you're not a white supremacist, you still have the bias. It takes a motherfucker like me to put you on blast about that shit and make you look at your inner self. That's what it takes. You know what I'm saying? That's what it takes for all of us. You want a white person to see the world the way you do? Show it to them. Present that shit to them. If they honest about what they say and who the fuck they are, if they a real motherfucker, they'll look at themselves objectively and be like, wow, I really do have a fucked up perception of shit. I am more biased than I thought. Like Jane Elliott said, all white people are biased. All white people are racist. They're raised to be. They're bred to be. It's systemic. You know what I'm saying? Everything about this nation teaches white people to think that they're superior. They may not actually be that way, but everything about this nation teaches them to have bias towards other people, non-white people. And it's a fucking fact. I'm not saying this to try to be negative or mean. It's a fact. There is a bias. No matter how open-minded you think you are, you have a bias towards non-white people. It's something that can be changed, but you can't change some shit until you acknowledge some shit, right? But anyway, I just wanted to share that conversation I had with my white coworker. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, I was watching something. It reminded me of that, and I felt like just getting it off my head. Cause what the fuck else I'm gonna do at 5 o'clock in the morning? But nah, man. Look, it's time to stop being silent about what's happening to us. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling, you know, I'm gonna start at least audio recording the BSU meetings that I attend with the kids at the school I work at. I'm gonna start video at least voice recording. I'm not gonna put them kids out there on the fucking internet like that, cause you know how these sick motherfuckers are. So I'll just start audio recording and shit like that, and just have some shit playing in the background. You know what I mean, but I'm gonna start doing that. But I don't know why I just came out of left field with that one. But yeah, man, I just wanted to share that experience, that conversation, and to say that all white people aren't bad. All white people aren't bad. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna say that 98% of them are white supremacists and or knows that white supremacy exists and or knows and believes that they benefit from the privilege of white supremacy. And 98% of their asses don't want to lose that privilege. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to lose that privilege. Even if they're not white supremacists, they don't want to lose that privilege. This is just my opinion based on my experience. What the fuck more can I say about that? But they're not all bad. You know what I'm saying? Like the dude Common said, I mean, how the fuck did the lyric go? He said, like, bitch, that's not something I would call my mama, nor do I call every nigga my brother. You know what I'm saying? Every black man ain't my brother. You can't trust every black dude you see. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that black people are just completely benevolent. No. It's some motherfuckers that I don't want them anywhere near me. You feel me? There's good and bad and everything. But anyway, I'm rambling now. That was the conversation I had with my white coworker, you know, about the Bill Cosby situation, because it came up and I had to defend my position because he's black and I'm gonna support him. Even if he's found guilty, I'm gonna say, damn, Bill, that's fucked up. You fucked up my image of you. But you know what? You still black, and I wish you the best. I'm gonna still stand behind you.